Hello there guys, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate League discussion video, because this morning, as I woke up, I was accosted by notifications on Twitter, on Smashboards, everywhere I can think of regarding a leak that cropped up overnight. But Billy, it's just another leak. What's so special about this one when thousands of other leaks are out there? Well, I think it may be better if I just show you. After being tagged by Twitter user @Kyle9979, I was directed to a tweet by the user @TRZef, who posted two pictures of today's leak. Now, the story goes that this leak was originally posted on Snapchat, and someone on 4chan stitched together various Snapchat pictures to get this leak. Firstly, we have a picture of some graphical design pieces relating to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Right there in plain sight, we have the panorama for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate mural, only without any of the character renders in sight. This image hasn't been shown off before to the public, so how did this leaker get this picture? Well, we'll get to that. You can also see underneath the giant LOL added by Snapchat that there is another small diagram that has the Smash mural on a rotation of sorts. To the right, we see a Smash Bros. Piece of promotional material, along with an updated mural from, at a glance, seems to have more characters than we currently have on the mural at the moment. Zooming in here, you can make out the small form of Shadow the Hedgehog right there, and this picture is on a desk, it is officially printed information. It looks pretty hard to fake given the context of the picture, but you guys want the real info. Someone zoomed in on the Smash mural and figured out a whole host of new characters that have been placed into the Everyone Is Here mural, as well as noting that many characters have been shifted around to accommodate. So, using this image here, let me show you the 7 characters that have been added to the mural. First, we have the aforementioned Shadow the Hedgehog. Just below him to the right, we've got Banjo and Kazooie. Shift further to the right, and we have my boy Isaac, who seems to be creating grass and using that growth synergy, which is a nice touch. Shifting past Isabelle over to Yoshi, we see Ken doing what appears to be an uppercut. Moving down between Inklings and Roy, we see Mark Ryder with her bike. If we shift all the way to the right, we see the Chorus Kids and what appears to be the Conductor Woman from their minigame. And lastly, if we shift upwards to the left, we see Geno underneath Dark Samus near Pac-Man. Shadow the Hedgehog, Banjo and Kazooie, Isaac, Ken, Mark Ryder, Chorus Kids, and Geno. This is a dream roster in my eyes. An absolute dream roster. For quick reference, here is another picture showing all of their locations in relation to the Smash mural we currently have after Isabelle's reveal. As you can see, many characters have been moved around to accommodate the 7 new fighters, something we're all pretty used to at this point. And a user on Smashboards by the name of ThinkAman has actually compiled all the different movements as well as their thoughts on the position changes, so let's go through the different movements, shall we? Dr. Mario and Mr. Game & Watch moved into the right, Corrin was moved up. Mii Brawler and Sword Fighter replaced with Shadow. Sonic, Daisy, and Greninja moved left, plus Mii Gunner removed to make room for Banjo and Kazooie. Olimar and Mr. Saturn moved under Banjo and Kazooie from the right. Mii's moved to a new formation left of K. Rool's mouth, taking the space of Luigi and Rob, Sword Fighter top left, Gunner middle right, and Brawler on bottom. The Mii's being together does make sense, they are the same size, style, and aiming left as in formation. Isaac filled in spot between Lucario and Ike where Olimar was. Yoshi moved right and down, Sheik moved down and right into his space, Luigi and Rob reinserted right of Falco, left of Diddy. All characters trying to fly are now together in line. Ken inserted between all of those characters and Samus. Pikachu shifted down and way to the right, Inkling shifted to the right. Rosalina and Bowser Jr. shifted up and to the right a bit. Mark Ryder inserted between Inkling, Rosalina and Roy. Geno inserted under Dark Samus. Jigglypuff moved to the lower right of Dark Samus. Villager moved to the left, Pokemon Trainer and Wario to the right, to make room for Chorus Kids below Young Link. So the big notes for me regarding these movements are that the Mii's are now in their own dedicated spot, which makes sense, as they are the same character, just with different weapons. I was confused as to why they weren't in the same spot to begin with. The way all of these characters got shifted around to make room for the newcomers also makes sense. Even Jigglypuff, who has seen a massive movement from where she used to be. Little details like Samus's gun now covering a part of Pikachu's Thunderbolt is attention to detail, and it surprises me how the leaker hasn't slipped up at all in all of these small refinements. And all of these positions match the more zoomed out mural we were shown in the original picture. And best of all, none of the renders for these characters shown have actually been discovered as of scripting this video, meaning they could all be original renders and thus can't be disproven. So here's the thing. Why would this leak be legitimate? Why should we believe it? Well, we know that this picture is from a French source, as you can see French words throughout the images, and some keen 4chan users were able to trace this image back to the source because they left their name in it. Obviously it's not in the image I'm showing, but it was there. And they discovered the person's LinkedIn page. I won't be outing their name here out of respect, but they have ties with Bandai Namco, and they work as a graphic designer that specializes in manufacturing cutout and banners for media advertising. That just makes this leak all the more interesting given that's exactly what the mural is. Not to mention, these images have promotional material for the new Grinch movie of all things. Someone has even gone and checked if the Grinch movie material matches with official promo material, and here is what they found. I decided to look into the part of the leak that might be overlooked, the Grinch. It's in the background in a couple of spots. Universal Studios, which is distributing the film, is not listed as part of the company's references, though that's not saying too much since the movie's merchandising could be handled by a third party like Hasbro, which is listed. Their site also still has a 2010 copyright, so who knows how up to date it is. Another Grinch oddity, the ornament with the dog, is based on this promotional art, but with one major difference. The Grinch is facing the other way, as in the ornament folds over and there's a front and back face. I can't find a single render of the Grinch's back, although admittedly I'm not spending my Wednesday morning looking at the many Grinch images. But if such a thing isn't freely available, and this is fake, then the faker decided to also mock up the Grinch renders of all things. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the Grinch's cinema run in France begins on November 28th. It makes sense that it'd be in the same batch as Smash given their release proximity. Leak is either real, or the faker went to the trouble of faking Grinch promotional material. This leak, technically, hangs on whether this leaker faked promotional material for the Grinch or not. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, if we ignore the leaker's credentials, what about the characters themselves? Well, let's do some quick analysis, one at a time. Shadow the Hedgehog and Ken are the two most speculated Echo Fighters left on the playing field. People have been expecting and wanting them this whole time, and they make sense being here. There's no surprises with their inclusions. Isaac is a fan request, someone who has been requested ever since Brawl, and had heavy support during the ballot era, and still has heavy support now. He is also a first-party IP that hasn't been represented, meaning a new universe in Smash. He makes sense. Banjo and Kazooie are the crazy ones because this implies that Microsoft allowed them into the game, and they may have been one of the biggest requests since Melee as well. Had Rare still been a Nintendo-owned company, they'd be in the game already, and if they are in the game, it means Microsoft is open to other interesting parts that could come in during DLC. They make sense. The Chorus Kids were apparently scrapped for Smash 4 for whatever reason. Rhythm Heaven is a major Nintendo franchise yet to be represented, and has had requests for quite some time. They also do make sense. Geno falls under the same category as the others, popular request in the Smash community, a Square Enix rep as well, Sakurai has expressed interest in the character, makes sense. And Mark Ryder, the most interesting of them all, can be classified as that classic Sakurai retro rep that we always seem to get each game. And she has evidence to support her inclusion, most notably the old toy purchase Sakurai bought a while back, which may have connected to Mark Ryder. If this leak is true, this purchase makes sense. Now, on top of this, there's been a compilation of information being shared around, and it brings up some more points for this leak. Firstly, with 5 unique newcomers, this lines up with Korokoro's 108 stages statement from September, assuming all 5 characters get a new stage to go with them. And given all of them except Geno would be new franchises, it makes sense they'd all get stages. On top of this, these 7 newcomers would enable the character select screen to be a perfect rectangle, something that would cure many people's OCD of the game. It's a small note, but it's a note nevertheless. Lastly, a 4chan user actually posted all these newcomers once in a 4chan thread, and I'm going to cover this post right now, but just a quick warning, this post contains inappropriate language. You have been warned, I'll try and avoid it if I can. These sources are literally pulled out of someone's ass. They guessed a few things right, but they're broken clocks. Lol, give Nintendo more credit. There's literally a team of people that curate the hype train. You'd think they'd put Fire Emblem literally who's and boring-ass Pokemon in the final stretch. I feel bad for the disappointingly large number of people who have accepted their fate and think that fucking Steve and a Gran Blue character will make it too. Christ! The team has made impossible shit happen, and you fucks are losing hype because you're humoring these shitty theories because someone saw a headline about Cygames and Nintendo working together. So proof! Wow, this source guessed Isabel and Simon proof. EAC, BTFO. Here's an actual leak. There is no new playable Pokemon, boo-hoo, be happy with the 9 you have now. There is no Steve. There is no more Fire Emblem. There is no Gran Blue, but Shadow and Ken are echoes. Isaac is in, Chorus Kids are in, Gino is in, Mark Ryder is in, Banjo is in. Ray Mark 1 was cut, Monster Hunter was cut, Dixie Kong was cut, Taboo, Necrozma, Crazy Hand, and Spirit Hand are bosses. Well then, it certainly got them right, if we're going by that. So on top of getting all the characters that this mural has correct, the leak also says that Taboo, Necrozma, Crazy Hand, and Spirit Hand are bosses. We know that bosses are returning, so this is pretty big, and Spirit Hand could be this game's new final boss of sorts, similar to how Smash 4 introduced Crazy Fortress and Master Core and all that stuff. But really, it's interesting to see this leak correlate with the Mural leak. So the best part about this leak is that it does actually have a kill switch. Assuming this is real and all 7 of the characters aren't revealed in one go, the moment we get a new reveal, that character will be added to the blog and will be added to the mural with a pose. If it matches the promotional material in this leak, then this leak is legit. If it doesn't, this leak is fake. Though we do have to keep in mind that if there is only one more direct, then the kill switch doesn't matter. The shocking part about all of this, though, is the lack of a new Pokemon, specifically Incineroar. And quite frankly, I am living for this exclusion because it is riling up everyone and it's making people question Vergaben and whether his information is legit, and quite frankly, chaos is far more amusing than it's worth. Not only that, but this would kill the boxists, the cardists, and the relevancy argument. It's exciting to think about. So, what do I think? Do I think this leak is real? You know what? I'm gonna come out and say, after all the research I've done, this would be a hugely difficult leak to fake. Not only do you need to come up with character renders that have never been seen before, you also need to create promotional material and somehow have access to the mural's artwork without any character renders on it. On top of this, you'd also need to fake the Grinch promotional work that's strewn across the images, and that's a lot of work for a single leak. I really think this is Ultimate's ESRB leak. I do feel bad, don't get me wrong, if this is a real leak, Sakurai has just had 7 newcomers spoiled, but knowing that these are our characters aside from Bandana D, I'm completely okay with this roster. I love most of these characters. If this is true, I'm gonna get my golden boy. And honestly, I'm in camp I believe this leak. I believe it. I think this is real, and if it is, I am never asking Sakurai for anything again because he has done so much. So, what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Smash, Nintendo Let's Plays, and other things gaming. If you're interested, I have a Discord with over 700 members. We discuss all things gaming there, not just Smash, but we do have a Smash segment of the Discord just for you Smash fans, and if you join the Discord, you will get updates every time that I start a stream or upload a video, so it's pretty dang helpful. I also have a Patreon, and I've got 15 amazing supporters there already who ensure I can keep creating content each month. If you want to keep the channel going, head on over. You can get some cool perks and access to a special small giveaway at the end of each month. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.